Hi everyone, welcome to Border Techs with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not, and this is my old mate, the Flying Elite, fellow community contributor and moderator on the Asian forums, and that's why he's got this tank. Have a look at this one. This is the T44-122. It's Tier 7 premium Russian medium tank. He's got the couple of hammers there on the side of his turret, and it looks pretty groovy. It's Tier 7 premium Russian medium tank. That's about all I know about it. He's got 122mm gun. I did have to Google some of the information about this tank. 122mm gun, 390 alpha damage for 175 penetration with standard rounds. APCR, which is what Flying Elite's got loaded now, is 217 penetration, if that's what you need. That's a pretty significant increase between the two shells, and of course he's in a Tier 8 battle, and there's some pretty heavily armoured Tier 8 tanks on the enemy side. The IS-3, the T24 Mod 1 can be challenging to penetrate. The T28 prototype puts a shot into the Batchat 12T. That's the Tier 8 auto-loading French light tank. Gets stunned by artillery. Nothing stunning about the GW Panther. That two just hit him. GW Panther, the Tier 7 German self-propelled gun. Flying Elite from Pyroclan now getting out of this little engagement. He reckons that Indian Panzer and the VK should have that covered. Let's see how they go a little bit later on. 392 damage with his first shell. That's not a bad alpha damage. That's similar to, I recently got the Guardsman, the STG Guardsman, the Tier 8 Russian premium medium tank, and that does about 390, as does your IS-3s and your Defenders and all those kinds of Russian heavy tanks. So certainly nothing wrong with the gun, and that probably explains why it's not the quickest tank in the game. He's looking towards that T20. No idea where that shell went. Russian accuracy at its best. Looks like it might have went into the rock. Picks up 258 assisted damage from the shot that the Indian Panzer just put into the T20. He's waiting for that gun to reload. That was a nice one. 402 hit points. Not too bad at all. That's 2 kills, 2 zip is the score on Mountain Pass. Flying Elite deciding to go forward now. There is a T28 prototype that was last spotted just up here near where that T20 died, but he doesn't want to stuff around. He wants to come in, make some good credits, because he's a premium tank, the T44-122. And look, I reckon it looks pretty good. Looks a lot like the T44 at Tier 8, but of course this is the Tier 7 one. Not sure if it's got preferential matchmaking or not. This tank, if you're wondering where it comes from, and I did have to Google it myself, it's a tank, at least on the Asian server, that the moderators got, basically. It was like a gift tank, a Christmas gift tank, I think 2015, so 2 years ago. Auto aims on the VK3002D, the Tier 7 medium tank, shoots him, sets him on fire, and it's good night Irene. So Dada 53 in the VK3002D, that Tier 7 German was not expecting such a big whack from another Tier 7 medium tank, that's for sure. Now I'm tipping the Flying Elite's got a pretty good crew in this as he shoots into, looks like into the side of the T54 Mod 1, the Tier 8 premium Russian medium tank. Looking at the map, you can see his teammates are pushing the ice road quite nicely. Flying Elite has copped a little bit of damage though. He's down to 672 hit points, so he can afford to take a couple of more hits if he has to. I'm sure he doesn't want to, but you never know. He's waiting for that T54 Mod 1 to pop up again, and the T54 Mod 1 kindly shows his side as the Flying Elite puts a APCR round straight through the side of that premium Tier 8 Russian medium tank. Now he's firing some APCR rounds. We'll see how that goes with the credit making abilities at the end of this battle. The score's 5-3. It bounced a shot from the T28 prototype there. That tells me that turret must be pretty strong, because he was aiming the way he's aiming now, so he was quite possibly showing the side of his turret to that T28 prototype, and he still managed to ricochet the shot. Let's see if we can see where he hit him. Who knows? The T58 Mod 1 puts 188 damage and kills Flying Elite's driver, but he quick tap of the 5 key, fixes the driver, waits for his tracks to repair themselves, and he wants to put one more shot into the T54 Mod 1, which he does. Takes him down to 79 hit points, and I reckon the Indian Panzer might have it covered. No, he doesn't. He probably should have, but Not sure if that Indian Panzer bounced it or not. Flying Elite, unlucky, doesn't penetrate the T54 Mod 1. The T54 Mod 1 is a pretty well-armoured medium tank at Tier 8, and I've got to think Flying Elite's in a Tier 7. Looking for shots on the T54 Mod 1, aiming, fires clutch, doesn't land it. Got 45 seconds before he can fix his gunner. Of course, that's going to greatly help his aim time and all that kind of stuff. But what happened there? The Indian Panzer got his head blown off from the T54 Mod 1. He just went up in a ball of flames. He was firing high explosive into the T54 Mod 1, which is you got to be pretty desperate if you resort to that, I reckon. 10-all the score on Mountain Pass. They were up by about 4 tanks not too long ago. The OHO just picked up the kill on that T28 prototype, which Flying Elite will be very happy about. That's the tank that could certainly take him out of the game if he had have been still alive and hit him in the side. VK3002 really getting in a bit of trouble from that T54 Mod 1, and you can see that aim is just terrible with the dead gunner. But the dead gunner has been revived with the magical first aid kit. There's a Leo left on the enemy side, the T54 Mod 1, and the heavies down the bottom. The Tiger P doing a great job keeping those heavies out of there. The IS-3 just got taken out by the Russian artillery in the south. Unfortunately, the Tiger P went down, and the OHO finally picks up the kill on that T54 Mod 1. That Tiger 1's all by himself down there now, but Flying Elite wants to get rid of this Leo. His gunner's alive again. Looks like he's going for the flank. He's auto-aimed on him. He's only on 3 hit points. Picks himself up the kill, and now it's 14-2. Just the Tiger 1 left on the enemy team. Flying Elite down to 232 health, but that should be enough. Pings the cap. Is he on a mission to cap? No, he's not. But look, he's aiming. Where is the Tiger 1? No, the SU-1 14-1 got it in the end. There was a bit of confusion in some of those calls. That's not the right replay, that's the one. But Flying Elite having a very good game in the T44-122. That's the premium Tier 7 Russian medium tank. Of course, he aced it in that battle, a bruiser medal. Arsonist for setting someone on fire. Who was it? The VK at the start, I think it was. And of course, the fire for effect. Top score in damage and experience in that Tier 8 battle. 2,856 hit points of damage, 2 kills, 1,222 base experience, 13 shots fired, 10 hit, 8 did damage. That was enough for an ace. But still made credits, considering he was firing pretty much all APCR rounds that I remember. Still made 35,500 credits with a premium account in that 7-minute game, as we move on to the second game in this extravaganza, featuring some premium tanks. 2 battles featuring the T44-122, the premium Tier 7 Russian medium tank that was given out to the moderators, I reckon, back into Christmas 2015. I'm sure if I'm wrong, somebody will correct me. That's what Google told me anyway. Anyway, Flying Elite's platooned up with his old mate Jock469 from Pyro Clan. If you're a fan of the Southeast Asian forums, you'll certainly know about him. And Twisted Head, another bloke with a pretty groovy name and a very unusual tank as well, the T24-E3, which I think the T24-E3, is that the one that you get from referring a friend? Maybe it is. Anyway, the Flying Elite in the T44-122. Top tier in this battle, plenty of Tier 6s to farm damage on, and that's what these blokes will be thinking about as the Flying Elite goes to the traditional heavy spot on this map, airfield. Flying Elite spots the Type 64, the premium Chinese Tier 6 light tank. Type 64 also spots him. Unfortunately, AMX-12T got taken out early. Auto aims and shoots at the Type 64, but doesn't quite land it. Jock copping a little bit of attention from artillery, and I think Jock469 or the T26E3 did get one of them, if not both, got a shot into that Type 64, and he's down to 133 hit points now, with the score on 0-1. Flying Elite looking to see if he gets some cheeky shots out there to the east. He spots an Oni with a pretty groovy camouflage paint on the Tier 7 heavy Japanese tank, puts a shot into him, pulls back because he knows he's going to be lit, waits for that gun to reload, firing standard rounds now by the looks of it. So we'll see what kind of difference he gets in the credits at the end. Beautiful shot into the side of the VK30-02M. Takes away half of his hit points. Jock469 coming up to join the Flying Elite in this little gap in the middle of the map on airfield where medium tanks often go. Unfortunately, doesn't quite manage to reload in time before that T37, the T43 and the T34-85M go out of range or behind that ridgeline. Does pick up the kill on that Type 64 though, which is good. Jock469 down to 590 hit points. Flying Elite on 1 kill. He's on 865 hit points as he looks towards the south again. Sees the Oni, I'll be thinking, gee, I wouldn't mind shooting that, but the fact that Jock's just shot the Oni tells me the Oni is probably still going to be aiming at in Flying Elite's direction. Fires towards the T34-85M, doesn't land the shot. The Steyr Waffenträger picks up the kill on the T37. That's a Tier 7 German tank destroyer. 4-5's the score. He's still aiming towards where that T34-85M was last seen. Decides not to take a blind shot. Jock does though. Beautiful shell. 414 damage into the T43, and you can just see the high alpha of this gun. Really doesn't take, even though it's got a bit of a reload on it, it doesn't take long to rack up the damage. Flying Elite already on 1433. Already on 1433 hit points of damage, plus a little bit of assisted. Picks up a bit more assisted, and there's that Oni again. Doesn't manage to penetrate that shot. He's got APCR loaded now, so this... because there's two Onis in this battle on the enemy side. They are in a platoon and they're clearly working together. Jock goes down to the GW Panther. As Flying Elite takes 359 damage out of the Tier 7 Japanese heavy tank. The Japanese pops out and kills the VK, but then artillery does its job and cleans up the low health Tier 7 Japanese heavy, the Oni. Unlucky, doesn't penetrate on the front of that Japanese heavy tank. 7-8's the score now. Flying Elite hoping that somebody comes to help him as his gun loads. Puts a shot into the lower plate of the Oni. Wants to get out of the way of that gun, or maybe get under it. They're pretty high, the Onis, or all the Japanese heavy tanks are pretty high. Does the Oni have the gun depression to put a shot into Flying Elite? No, he doesn't. Flying Elite picks up his second kill. Takes his damage up to 2,376 hit points. Artillery just fired. I don't know if it was one of the enemy artilleries or one of his friendlies. There's 3 artilleries on each side, which is always concerning, and that's probably why the Flying Elite's in this little pocket in the middle. He's with that big rock there, or he's moving now, doing a bit of a mini boost. He's getting out of there now because he needs to find out where these last few tanks are. Heavy tank number 6, the Tier 6 Premium Japanese heavy, has just been spotted over at D4, and he'll be Flying Elite, will be rubbing his hands together here. Fires clutch though, doesn't land the shot onto the FE304, the little Bertie tank, little quick British artillery piece. He's back to standard rounds now, and he's going to try and chase that little artillery down. 10-9 the score. The T43 goes down to that Steyr Waffenträger, who's having a pretty good game. He's on 4 kills. Oh, Rune in. Flying Elite doesn't land the shot, but he's certainly getting there, chasing the FE304 up the hill into the middle of the map. He'll be hoping the other 2 artilleries are not aiming his way. Changes his mind. Yeah, that was going to happen sooner or later. The Steyr Waffenträger, the Tier 7 German TD, picks up the kill on the FE304, but there's a more pressing matter here. The Saint Emile on 850 hit points cops a shot from that Steyr Emile again, I think, as a Flying Elite shoots and rams the Saint Emile, loses his load up, fixes him with a quick tap of the 5 key, and goes hunting for that last remaining artillery piece, the M44, who's on 1 kill, the Tier 6 American artillery, the SPG. Who knows where it could be. I don't think he'll be up here at C1. Maybe he's down here. Hopefully the Flying Elite gets to take him out. And he's moving south. Oh, no, he's not, is he? That M44 is not. Is he going towards the water? He's not. Well played artillery. Thought he was going to go for the water then, but in the end, Flying Elite picks up his 6th kill. The RU-NN, the Steyr-Waffenträger, he ended up with a top gun. Not too bad at all for the Tier 7 Premium German tank destroyer. But we're looking at a Flying Elite's point of view here. It's an ace tanker. It's also a spotter medal for the assisted damage that he did. Bruiser, fire for effect of the high caliber. He had an absolute ripper on airfield. Had plenty to do with the demise of all these tanks on the right-hand side of the screen. Top scored with 3,133 hit points of damage, 3 kills, 1366 base experience. Krupp Steyr, RU-NN. He had a ripper too, picking up a top gun and getting rid of some pretty dangerous enemy tanks. He fired 15 shots of Flying Elite, 11 hit, 9 did damage, 3,133. Like I said, doesn't take long to rack up the damage when you're doing 400 alpha damage per shot in this little medium tank, the T44-122. And he made over 100,000 credits. He did have 34,000 credits from battle payments. That'll be from Pyro's extra credits they run from memory. Or maybe, I don't think it was a personal reserve. I think battle payments means from the clan ones that clans do, and a pretty tidy little profit at Tier 7 for an ace tanker, picking up over 100,000 credits after tax with a premium account. As we move on to our third replay in this extravaganza of premium tanks. This one's from my old mate Zeronized from EGP clan. Zeronized in a Tier 10 battle, so he needs to be a little bit careful because he's in the T24 Pilot 1. T24 Pilot 1's a Tier 8 American medium tank, which was given away after a bit of a marathon mission. I reckon it might have been last year, 2016, or maybe the start of this year. I know I got one. It wasn't too hard to get, considering it was a Tier 8 premium tank. It was a pretty generous move by Wargaming, in my opinion, and I'm not just saying that because I'm nice. It's just some people didn't like it, but I thought it was alright. Anyway, Zeronized from EGP. I'm just going to speed it up. This replay does go for a little while, and I'm going to keep it as short as possible. He's running around Ruinberg. He's running around like a man possessed. Not quite sure where to go here. It is a Tier 10 game. Clearly he doesn't want the grill or the E3 or even the Object 268. The 3 Tier 10s on the enemy team shooting his way because they're going to take him out in probably 2 shots. He's only got 1,450 hit points. Now that grill does about 7. E3 might do a little bit more. 268, I can't remember. Anyhow, we are on Ruinberg. Zeronized from EGP clan. They're down 2-zip. The enemy grill just picked up a kill on the IS-3. They'll probably be in the town where they're pinging the map. Zeronized just showing great patience here. 1-3 the score. He's just spotted a enemy tank going straight down the 0 line. 1-5's the score. What is he going to do in this one? Don't tell me this is going to be another loss. Anyway, Zeronized put his first shot into the Type 61. Make that 2 shots into the Type 61. Takes him down to 49 hit point. Does cop a shot in return. Takes him down to 1,065 hit points. Four minutes are gone. The score is 3-5. Zeronized on 497 damage. All his damage has been into the Type 61. And he's just patiently keeping an eye on the eastern flank. Is no use going out. No use going full ham out into the east. If he had have gone out here into the field, he would have been gone for all money because nobody else did on his team. The WZ132A at the Tier 9 Chinese light tank in a very interesting position in the town where all the heavies and the heavily armoured tank destroyers normally do their business. Zeronized from EGP. His team's down by 3. 3-6. Type 61 just got lit. The Type 61 just fired. Is he going to go for the kill? Yes, he is. Thank you very much. That's his first kill of the game. Still down by 3 tanks with the score on 4-7. It was 3-7 not so long ago. He's certainly got his work cut out for him in this game. Now the T24 Pilot's got a 90mm gun, 240 damage, 192 penetration with standard rounds, 243 with premium. As Zero Nice having a look there. There's a T24 Pilot 1 and a low. Both shouldn't be too hard to penetrate as he puts 282 hit points into the premium German heavy tank. And then he puts 276 into the enemy T24 Pilot 1. The Emil 2 picks up the kill on the low. And Zero Nice looking for opportunities. Puts another shot into the T24. Tanks are getting killed left, right and centre. As looking very nervously towards the E3. Shoots and tracks the KV4 though. Looks like that E3 just put a shot into the Carnarvon. He's looking for a weak spot on that tank. There's none to be seen. Look, he might as well take the shot, but who knows. The E3 down to 201 hit points. There's the ISU 152. No idea where that shot from Zero Nice just went. Still sticking with standard rounds here because he reckons he's got this. 8-11's a score. Critical hits the ISU 152 and a good reload on this gun. Unfortunately, he just keeps bouncing that tank destroyer. Even from the side, you shouldn't need premium rounds to penetrate the back of an ISU 152 from a T24 Pilot 1, surely. Auto aims on the enemy T24 Pilot 1. The Stritzwagen 103B gets rid of that little menace, but the Emil 2 goes down with the score on 9-12 again. Auto aims on the T54 lightweight, takes him down to 335 health. I reckon Zero Nice with his Coca-Cola and his good crew, he's going to be beating him on the reload. Cops one shot and loses his driver, but he needs to focus on getting rid of that T9, which he does. Brings the scoreboard back up to 10-12. Fixes his driver. There's that 268. 268's just fired. Here's a one shot if he can penetrate it. Doesn't, so he switches to APCR. 10-13. It's 2 versus 5 here in this battle. There are explosions going off all over the place. The Stritzwagen picks up the kill on the 268. Now the E75 goes down to Zero Nice. Gives himself his third kill. He's still got a broken driver, but his repair kit's still 45 seconds away from reloading and might be all over before that happens. He penetrates the low, takes him down to 54 hit points, moves back so the dead tank is in front of the low's gun, and he's just hoping he can get this shot off before the low moves back again. Picks up the kill. That's his 4th kill in this tier 10 game. 13 all's the score, and with that last kill he's evened it up 13 apiece. 2 versus 2. Enemy artillery, the M53, M55, and of course that ISU 152. That ISU 152, that's a tank that he bounced about 3 times not so long ago. Getting himself into a good position here. I reckon he's artillery safe. Unless the enemy artillery comes all the way down here to the K line, I don't think Artie will be able to hit Zero Nice, and Zero Nice will be hoping that because he's only on 564 health. He just heard artillery shell go off, and I reckon it was over here to Zero Nice's left. He's on 4 kills, 3,125 hit points of damage, 261 assisted damage. He tries to maintain vision on that ISU 152. Clearly it was a Stritzwagen 103B spotting that Russian tank destroyer, and now that the Stritzwagen's run away, because that Stritzwagen is on low health, he's only on 199 hit points, he's clearly going for the artillery kill, and Zero Nice thinks maybe I'm going to move out of here. I'll be fixing that driver if you're going to be running, and hopefully let's see what he's going to do. So let's just speed it up again. We don't know where that artillery is. Fixes his driver. The guy in the Emil recommends that they both go to get artillery first, and Zero Nice agrees. Looks like the Stritzwagen might be hanging back just to keep an eye on the cap in case the ISU 152 tries to cap this one out. Looking furiously for that M53, M55. He's not been spotted all game. Checking out the eastern flank first, looking through the town. The ISU 152 unfortunately got the kill on the Stritzwagen 103B as Zero Nice from EGP on 4 kills, 3,125 damage, goes furiously looking for artillery. Clearly Artie is still back at the enemy base, but he's got to deal with this cap. His first aid kit comes off repair, off the cooldown I should say. Move it back to normal speed. Of course, he has got Coca-Cola. That'll help his view range, as well as his rate of fire and his camo rating and all that kind of stuff. A lot of good players use it. I started using it on the test server, and I did find it certainly helped my gameplay. There's the ISU 152. He knows he's spotted. That's why he's moving, but puts 256 damage into him. Gets lit himself, so he's going to have to try possibly a different angle. Oh, is he going to go for it? Artillery shoots and stuns him. ISU 152 has fired. Zero Knives should get 2 shots in. He's auto-aimed. He doesn't want to just sit there though, does he? Surely that ISU 152 will be close to coming off the reload soon. He's down to 94 hit points, sticking with APCR rounds. And thank you very much, Zero Knives on 5 kills. Picks up the kill on the ISU 152, takes his damage up to 3,690 hit points. And he's on 473, so he could get one-shotted from the M53, M55. Well, he could get one-shotted. Now he can definitely get one-shotted. That was the luckiest shot from artillery. He wouldn't have been spotted, but I think he was still spotted when he started to head north, and artillery made a very good guess as to where Zero Knives from EGP might be. Now he's down to 17 hit points. He's got 31 seconds, 30 seconds now before first aid kit comes off the reload. He's got a dead driver and a dead loader, but he needs the gunner to be alive. He's going to make this shot. He does. Takes him down to 206 hit points. I don't reckon he's going to reload in time. 12 seconds before he can reload, before he can fix another crew member. I'd be going for the gunner. Oh, I reckon it's a dead gunner and a dead loader for Zero Knives from EGP. He's on 5 kills. He's only on 17 hit points. He's on nearly 4,000 damage now. Fixes the loader instead of the gunner, which I reckon might have been a mistake, considering he should only need to fire 1 shot into this M53, M55. Sits on the base. 2 minutes left on the game timer. The M53, M55, you'd think would not be as fast as Zero Knives in his T24 Pilot 1, the Tier 8 Premium American medium tank. But I think maybe better be safe than sorry. With 1 minute and 50 seconds left, he's going to force that M53 to either come back along this northern road or come around this way. If he decides to come around this way, you'd think that Zero Knives would see him and spot him and shoot him before the M53 could get him. But then again, the M53, M55 does have a very big splash radius, and he would know that Zero Knives is only on 17 health, so he could fire a shot and hope to splash him. No, he doesn't. Goes for the... I reckon if I was the M53, M55, I reckon I would have sort of kicked back here and maybe put a blind shot in. But in the end, a massive carry and a massive comeback from the old mate Zero Knives from EGP clan in the T25 Pilot 1, carrying the shit out of that Tier 10 battle. Let's have a look. He aced it. He also got the Bruiser medal, Duelist and Fire for Effect, the Oskins medal for killing 3 tanks that are of higher tier. Of course, he did that easily. The Defender for resetting the cap when I think it was a light tank was sitting on the cap, as well as the ISU 152. Top Gun for getting 6 kills. I forgot all about that during that replay. 4,344 damage. Top score by damage by a country mile. 1,718 base experience. Of course, there's a bonus to experience when you're low tier, and he certainly was in that replay. 30 shots fired, 27 hit, 21 went through. There were some very unlucky bounces on that ISU 152. And but however, look at that, a massive result. Let's get this show on the road. An absolutely massive result, and a tidy profit too. 83,000 credits with a premium account in that 14-minute game. Heart-pounding ace replay. That's what he's described it as, and I could not agree more. Zero Knives, that was an absolute perler. As we come into our 4th and final replay in this extravaganza of premium tanks. Of course, the first 2 were for my old mate Flying Elite in the T24-122. That's the moderator's only tank. And then Zero Knives carrying the shit out of that one in a Tier 10 battle, the T25 Pilot 1. And now's my old mate Heli Gamer 564 from SBNA clan. He's in the Skorpion G, the premium German tank destroyer. And he's entitled this replay, Brawling is the New Meta. Meta or Meta? He's not going to sit at the back like you see Skorpion G drivers do all day long. He's platooned up with his old mate Tommy Lau, and spin me out. Tommy Lau, I wonder if he's from Laos. I was in Laos about 15 years ago. One of the most beautiful places I've ever seen in my life. Anyway, Heli Gamer platooned up with Tommy Lau and Spin Me Out from AAS and SBN A clan. He's in the Skorpion G. 128mm gun, 490 alpha damage, 246 penetration with standard, 311 with premium. Let's see what he does on Live Oaks as he accosts the east flank in this game. You can see on the mini, it's an all tier 8 battle, so 15 versus 15, all tier 8s, lots of premium tanks when you look down the list. 3 Skorpion Gs on Heli Gamer's team, the Type 59, T24 Pilot 1, STA 2, is that, I think that's premium, the Edelweiss, 3 T34s, an IS6. Wow, so there's only 4 tanks on Heli Gamer's team that are not premium tanks. As he looks towards the IS6B, another premium tank, look at the enemy side, the only ones that aren't. There's only about, there's probably 5 that are not premium tanks on the enemy side. 0 walls to score. Tommy Loud just got hit by artillery. You can see he was stunned, but he's fixed that with his med kit. Heli Gamer thinking, I have to push this. He doesn't want to be the first one over the top, not in the Skorpion G, that's for sure. No armour whatsoever. It has got probably one of the best guns at tier 8. And look, it's not a bad gun at tier 9 and 10 either. But no armour whatsoever, so he doesn't want to be the first one over the top. Type 59 looks like he's trying to work those ridge lines with that Chinese premium medium tank. I haven't played one for a long time, but I don't think gun depression is its best quality. It does have a lot of good qualities. Anyway, Heli Gamer gets shot by the M4190 Grand Final tank. Loses his gunner, fixes it with a quick tap of the 5 key. Did get to put one shot into that IS6B in the end. The Type 59 bouncing shots all day long. And Heli Gamer thinking, what do we need to do to get these people to start moving forward? Looks towards the T28 prototype. Fires as he's pulling back. Picks up his second damaging shot in this game. Takes his damage count up to 912. Artillery shells going off all over the place. It's like a war movie. Heli Gamer deciding he's going to move around to this side. This is going to be an interesting choice. If he gets out-visioned here, he'll be in a lot of trouble. Auto aims on the STA1. Shoots him and sets him on fire. Definitely not an automatic repair fire extinguisher in that one. He's still burning. He's still burning now. He's down to 150 odd health. Wow, that was massive. He picked up 804 damage just from the flames from that shot into the STA1, which consequently got killed by the other Skorpion G, or one of the other Skorpion Gs. Skorpion Gs everywhere, 3-1, 2,209 hit points of damage. Heli Gamer will be high-fiving right now after that lucky shot into the side of the Japanese medium tank. 3-1's a score. His first aid kick's just come off the repair. Fires clutch into the IS6B. Cops 2 shells, one from the T26 E4 for 258 damage and a high explosive round from the IS6B. Looks like it, the IS6B would have been better off firing a normal round because he only got 255 damage into Heli Gamer in the Skorpion G. Heli Gamer does get spotted, so he pulls back. He did put a shot into the M4190 and that brings his damage up to 3,000. He's having a ripper here, but he's down to 394 hit points. And there are a number of tanks that can do that in one shot. So he needs to be careful. Of course, the M4190 is not one. Automatic game. Shoots, picks up his first kill, gets rid of the M4190, the premium German light tank. 4-2 as Edelweiss goes down to the guard. A number of enemy tanks over here in the central northeast. The IS6 T34 Skorpion G and the STA2 trying to get vision on them, and that's probably where it doesn't matter. T24 Pilot sniped it from the back. He's in an interesting position for a medium tank. 5-2 the score now. Heli Gamer on 1 kill, 3,271 damage. A little bit of assisted as he waits to find his next target. The old TTB. He was kicking back here, drowned in the end. Not the best way to end a game. Artillery picked up the kill on that IS-6B. Alley Game has been spotted, but he wants to get this shot into the Centurion 1. He does, and he picks up his second kill, brings his damage up to 3607. Needs to be careful, doesn't want that Udes shooting at him. These friendly tanks up here will have to get pretty close to the Udes to spot him. And I reckon that's where Alley Gamer should be aiming now. Spin Me Out gets taken out by the T24. That's a super Pershing in this world of premium tanks. Looks like the Udes might have run away, maybe all the way back to the base. And I reckon that's what Alley Gamer is thinking too. As he moves forward, and looks like he's going to try and flank these heavy tanks that are back there. The E5, the lows on very low health. Lows on low health. I see what he did there. And of course the Super Pershing and the Nameless. Nameless is a one shot for Alley Gamer as well. 7-5 the score now. The enemy team certainly clawing this one back. Charioteer, doesn't want the Charioteer shooting at him, but he'll shoot at him. Steals the kill. 339 damage into the Charioteer. Thank you very much. Artillery goes down to the IS-6, so he doesn't have to worry about artillery now. But he'll take that. Gee, why don't my shots hit when I'm not fully aimed like that? Puts a beautiful shot into the Udes 03. 4,470 damage done. Alley Gamer is having an absolute ripper in the Skorpion G. 11-5 the score on Live Oaks in this Tier 8 game. Wants to know where that ISU is aiming. Because it'll be a nice juicy target, that's for sure. But maybe he thinks the IS-6 had it covered. He certainly didn't have it covered. That ISU killed him. And Alley Gamer wants to be careful. The ISU is the threat. In fact, that's the last tank on the enemy side. He's picked up 2 kills camping up at A0 there. That ISU 152. He's only on 149 health. Can he pick himself up? Another shot of damage and another kill. Let's see. Normally, when it's me, I can't. Normally somebody gets it just as I come around the corner. But not a bad result from Alley Gamer from SBN A Clan in the Skorpion G, the premium German tank destroyer on Live Oaks. 5,101 experience. That's with his double. Wow, it's a first class. Not an ace tanker. That goes to show how many people playing this tank and how many really good players are getting massive scores. Even though Alley Gamer had a ripper, he didn't manage to ace it. Bruiser medal, 5 for effect, high caliber, and the sniper. 4,946 hit points of damage. I reckon if he had done that in a tier 10 game, it might have been an ace. Because, of course, you get a bonus to experience. For when you're a low tier, he was top tier in this game. 1259 base experience, 11 shots fired, 10 hit. They all did damage. And that's why he did nearly 5,000 hit points in the end. 2,000 of it sniped. That's why he got the sniper medal. And he made over 100,000 credits with a premium account. Goes to show, premium tank. When you have good games in premium tanks, you can break that 100k mark every now and then. Anyway, there we have it. Extravaganza featuring some premium tanks. The Tier 7 moderator only tank from the Flying Elite, the T44-122, I should say. Of course, Alley Gamer in his Skorpion G and Zeronized and having an absolute ripper in the T25 Pilot 1 in a Tier 10 game. Thank you very much for the replays, lads. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that kind of groovy stuff. Take care and see you all next time.